I don't understand. Hey, Mr. Haddad, take a look at this, will you
Yes,
please?
Judge.
This is Mr. Garza. It says it's a refile, but what I'm showing the dismissal was because it was a duplicate filing, not because of a no PC issue.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right? And so, but how is it just now for first setting? Excuse me.
If you see the dismissal says duplicate filing. The
Yeah, well, here
setting,
it's so like 2 weeks later, huh? It's weird, right?
yeah, that is weird, Judge, and honestly, I can't tell. All I'm looking at is the settings here. I don't see anything different in deeds, so I think they just waited.
Okay. Mr. Garza, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Yeah, I saw, but I mean, I don't know where they are. So if we waited for attorneys, God, we'd be waiting for 3 years. So that's why we're going to do this. We'll wait for them to come. Who knows when they're going to show up. Okay, please.
On September 20th, 2024, law enforcement officers were dispatched to an assault. The complaining witness, who is in a dating relationship with the defendant, explained that she was in the driver's seat of her vehicle parked in the driveway of her residence and was having a verbal altercation because of the defendant watching pornography. The defendant then opened the complaining witness's door and his hands pulled the complaining witness's hair, as well as struck the complaining witness in the head, hands, and legs, causing pain.
Okay. Mr. Garza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do we know whether she wants to have contact with him?
It doesn't look like they were able to reach out to her to complete a writ just yet.
Okay, Mr. Garza, I don't know if she wants to have contact with you. So until I know that she wants to have contact with you, I'm ordering you not to have contact with her. I want to respect and follow what she wants and her wishes.
Who's
Just don't say anything at this point. You've got a lawyer. Your lawyer can communicate for you. The only thing I'm telling you now is that a protective order has been issued in this case. I would suggest you get to know it because if you violate the protective order, the
I know.
state will file additional charges against you. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact and not to be in possession of any weapons as well. If you violate these orders, you pick up a new case. I'm going to put you in jail. I will revoke your bond, raise it up. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer to get here. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant. Okay? Please.
Right this way.
Good morning, Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On September 25th, 2024, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a disturbance. The complaining witness, who is married to the defendant, stated that they were having a verbal argument over infidelity. The complainant declined to show his phone to the defendant, and then the defendant then reached over in an attempt to take the phone away from the complainant. The defendant grabbed the complaining witness by the neck for 1 to 2 seconds and applied pressure, not impeding his breath but causing pain.
What did you do again?
So
For the injury?
the complaining witness didn't turn over the cell phone, and so in response, allegedly, the defendant took his hands and put them around the neck and applied pressure for 2 seconds. 1 to 2
Is
seconds.
there any, did he say there was any kind of injury or he was in pain?
It said that not impeding his breath, but it did cause pain, yes.
So he does say pain.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Hall, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do we know whether the complaining witness wants to have contact with Mr. Hall? No contact? Okay. Mr. Hall, you've heard it. You're not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case. A protective order has also been issued in this case as of 9/26. I would get to know it. If you violate the protective order, they will file additional charges against you, and then you're really going to go sideways because it's no more PR bonds for you for any new cases if you don't follow conditions. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lawyer today? Sorry?
Not today.
Okay, well, we're gonna give you time to get a lawyer. So first, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. While we get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Don't pick up any new cases. You understand? Okay, please.
Was that THA?
To go for a test, and I think the pre-trial services person informed me this morning, she's not here now, but she informed me that she did test positive for drugs, so
What she test positive for?
marijuana, meth,
Here
and
goes, I have,
Xanax.
here's the list of it.
Same thing she tested positive for last time. Shatoria, I'd like her tested on a weekly basis. Can we keep Ms. Garza here? Can we do it? Is it too hard?
I can keep her for a little bit and then, she'll have to eventually go to the rehab.
Okay, I'm predicting it's gonna go elsewhere real quick. Because I'm gonna tell you now that if you continue to test positive, I'm gonna put you in a treatment facility. I want you to know this. The meth is going to stop one way or the other. And if it's something that we have to put you in a treatment facility, that's at a minimum 6 months and a max 2 years, so be it. But it's gonna stop, especially when you've got 3 kids running around you. How many kids you got? Who's got custody of the child? Okay, so you don't have custody of the child. Okay. Ms. Garza, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to a year in jail or I'm sorry, up to 6 months and $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. Are we doing a straight probation?
Straight probation, judge, she's proud salary.
Just get the judgment or something. Conditions for that drugs. It's okay.
So I see that she has a theft that was dismissed in 22, another theft that was dismissed in 22. Do you have any other thefts, ma'am? Because what you need to understand is a third theft, you're looking at a felony, no more misdemeanors. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test on your behalf. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no coming back. I want you to understand that if you test positive and you continue, because I'm going to give you a stop date by when meth should be out of your system. We're going to pick that date before you leave here today. And if after that date you test positive again, a motion to revoke will be filed. And then you're looking at up to, number one, you're looking at up to 180 days, but more than likely what will end up happening is, some kind of treatment facility. You understand? How do you plead to the offense of theft, man? Guilty or not guilty? This will end up as a conviction on your record. Where was it from again? Do you remember, Mr. Nee? The theft? Was it
Target.
Target? Okay. No going to any Target? And they got everything back?
Yes, sir, they did. They called her coming out inside the store, after passing all points of sale with
Okay.
her.
It's 180 days to be probated for 1 year. Thinking for a change, anti-theft class. You will do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what you may need. I'm going to tell you now, they're going to. You must, anything that they order you as far as a TRAS is concerned, the evaluation, you must fulfill those conditions as well. No drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis, substance abuse treatment as needed, and no going to Target. Are you sure? You ready? Get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. Okay, man, I'll find you guilty. I will accept the agreement. We're going to waive all your fees. Money is never an issue. I don't care about money. It's no concern. The idea is that you follow the conditions and you learn something so that you don't keep coming back. I mean, we're talking, what, 10 cases now? When does it stop? Good luck, Ms. Garza.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Lemus. Mr. Lemus, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. I see that you have 2 different lawyers on each of your cases.
So the one I have is Attorney Fair.
Yes.
Okay. I have here a Budwani is on your DWI. Is that right? It's done in there. I need you to fix something for me.
Yes, Judge.
On the bottom of page 11, it looks like that attorney was entered in an error. It should be Michael Pham and not, yeah, please, thanks. All right, please.
On September 26, 2024, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a major crash in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant driver and the sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed a key fob in the vehicle, push button start. The vehicle's 2 front wheels dislodged and minor damage to the front bumper. The officer observed skid marks from the west side barrier leading to the defendant's car. The officer observed slurred speech, bloodshot, watery eyes, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, stumbling, and the use of vehicle as support. The defendant stated that he consumed 1 to 2 beers and was coming home from work as a bartender and had a pistol in either the center console or the driver's side door. The officer observed a loaded pistol in a soft case holster on the driver's side floor. Standard field sobriety tests were administered, and the officers observed 6 out of 6 signs for the HGN test. And walk and turn and 1 leg stand were not performed due to safety concerns. The defendant read the DIC to the defendant, or the defendant was read his DIC and refused a breath test. A blood search warrant was obtained and executed, and the defendant was identified with his Texas driver's license.
Okay. Can you tell me if there are any prior DWIs?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lemus, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using alcohol, and I don't care what fashion, shape, weight, form, whatever it is, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
I understand.
Where do you work?
I work at the airport.
What do you,
I wasn't getting out of work. I went to a bar.
I don't want to talk about the case. I only want to talk about what you do. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, so what do you do for a living?
I just work, go to school. That's it.
Okay, and how much money do you make a month?
On top of my head, I would say like 3-4 grand.
Okay, where do you go to school?
San Jacinto College.
Parents, or who do you live with? Parents? Okay, you need a lawyer to represent you. We're going to give you time to, oh, that's right, you do have a lawyer, sorry. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Pham, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. You're in school now. I'm assuming you're in college.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of peer pressure in college. Be very, very careful. If you pick up a new DWI, you violate these conditions. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be understanding. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. If I have to put you in jail and then you're going to end up failing, hey, you're on notice now. What's expected of you? Don't drink. If that means that you can't go to parties, don't go to parties, because the peer pressure is immense. I'm not going to be understanding.
I get it. Ron.
Good. All
I
right.
have a quick question.
Shoot.
Even though I have a license to carry a handgun, that does not why the case is open.
No, no alcohol, no weapons while the case is over. And as long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. If I find that you become a danger, there's one place we put people that are like that. You understand?
Sir.
Okay. I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with pre-trial for your bond conditions, and after that, we'll just have you waiting back for Mr. Pham to show. Okay? Good luck, Mr. Lemus.
Acérquese aquí, oh, perdón. Acérquese aquí, por favor. Solamente mira el juez y le contesta en español nada más.
This is the one his family
Ah,
came.
Luis, perdón.
I thought we already dealt with this the other day.
He never came in. We kept rolling it until he got out.
Are you Oscar Cruz Hernandez?
Oscar Cruz Hernández.
Sí, es correcto.
Sir, you were charged with harassment. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Manifest.
On September
El
15th,
15 de septiembre
2024,
del 24,
officers received a call
oficial de
for
policía fue llamado para
service
servicio
for a disturbance
por un
or an
disturbio
unknown weapon
de un arma desconocida
located at an
localizado
apartment
en un complejo de
complex
apartamentos
in Harris County,
en Condado de
Texas.
Harris, Texas.
While on the
Y
scene,
mientras en la escena,
the officer
el
spoke
oficial
to
habló
the complaining
con el
witness
testigo querellante
about what
de
happened,
lo que pasó.
and she stated
Ella
that
declaró
around
que como
1
alrededor de
a.m.,
la 1 de la mañana,
she was outside
ella
of her
estaba afuera de
apartment
su
door,
apartamento, por la puerta del apartamento,
and the defendant stated in
y
Spanish,
el acusado dijo en español:
"You should come inside
"Usted
the
debería
apartment.
entrar al apartamento,
If not,
si no,
you're going to end up
vas a dar
like dead chickens."
unas gallinas muertas."
And the defendant made
El
the
acusado
face
hizo la
of a
cara
dead chicken.
de una gallina muerta.
Then the defendant
Después
came back to the
el acusado
apartment
regresó al apartamento
and stated
y declaró
that y'all don't
que
listen,
ustedes no escuchan
you witches.
brujas.
Then the defendant came a
Después el
third
acusado vino
time
una tercera vez
and stated to
y
her,
le declaró a ella
if she loves her son,
que si ella
she'll
quiere
go
a su hijo,
inside.
que ella va a entrar, que ella va a entrar, que va a entrar.
Complaining witness
El testigo
stated that she
querellante
was
declaró
able
que ella fue capaz
to
de
observe
observar
the defendant
el
grabbing at his
acusado
waistline,
agarraba por su cintura,
to which the
lo
complainant
cual
said she
la querellante
appeared or
declaró
said appeared to
que
be a
aparentaba ser como
firearm.
un arma de fuego.
The complainant stated
Querellante
that when
declaró
the suspect
que
came
cuando el
closer to
sospechoso se
her,
le acercó a ella,
she was able to see the
logró ver
handle of a firearm.
la manilla del arma de fuego.
Complainant advised that she was in fear of her life.
Afirmó que temía por su vida.
Have you spoken to the complaining
¿Ha
witness
hablado
in
con
this
el
case?
testigo querellante?
I have attempted
Yo he
couple of
intentado
rips,
varias, un
and
par
we
de
have not been
llamadas
able to get
y
in
no hemos
contact
logrado
with her.
comunicarnos con ella.
Mr. Cruz Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's probable
Hay
cause
causa
to go
razonable
forward with
para
your
que
case.
solamente el juez, allá está el juez, no acá.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with this person. Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende eso, señor? Tiene que hablar, sí, señor o no, señor.
Sí,
Tell me,
señor.
Yes,
how
sir.
old are you?
Yes,
Dígame,
sir.
¿qué edad tiene usted? ¿Solo español?
23.
¿Perdón?
23.
23.
You do for a living?
¿A qué se dedica? ¿Qué
A
hace
la
usted?
yarda. Landscaping.
Yards, landscaping.
Are you a United States
¿Es un ciudadano
citizen?
americano?
No,
No.
centroamericano.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Con permiso, pero ya está vencido.
With permission, but it's now expired.
So you don't have permission to
Entonces
be
no
here.
tiene permiso de estar aquí. No.
What happens if you go to
¿Qué
jail?
pasa si usted va a una cárcel?
No sé.
I do not know.
Think about it.
Piénselo.
Yo no quería ir a la cárcel.
I don't want to go to jail.
I understand.
Yo entiendo.
That's not my question.
Pero esa no es mi
The
pregunta.
question is,
Mi pregunta es la siguiente.
what happens if you go to jail?
Voy detenido y voy preso por muchos años.
Would be detained, imprisoned for many years.
Immigration
Yeah.
will put a detainer on you. and you will be stuck in custody first until this case is over with. And then you'll be shipped off to immigration where you will wait another 6 to 9 months waiting for them to do whatever they're going to
Hagan
do.
lo que van a hacer con usted.
Do not violate the conditions I put on you now. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. I want you to understand that I value every single person in this
Cada persona
county,
lucha
and I
con
will protect them as much as I can.
el
And
arma.
if I find that you become a danger, if I find that you violate these conditions, and I don't care what it is, I will put you in jail and make your bond extremely high.
Su fianza bastante alta.
The reason you got out so quick is we gave you a free bond. Typically, when people violate, their bonds end up being $5,000 to $10,000. And if you can't bond out quick enough, immigration will find you. Do you understand?
Suficientemente rápido inmigración lo encuentra. ¿Usted entendió, señor? Tiene que hablar, ¿sí, señor,
señor.
o no, señor?
Sí, señor.
You are not to
Acuérdese.
have
Yes,
any
sir.
contact with the complaining witness in this case,
No puede tener
not to go where she lives, not to go where she works,
ya vive donde
and
ya
not to be in possession of weapons.
posesión de ningún arma.
Are you taking any medication at
¿Se
this
está
time?
tomando alguna medicina?
What are
Tiene
you
que hablar,
taking?
¿es un
Sí,
sí
señor.
o no?
Sí,
Yes.
What are you taking?
¿Qué está tomando?
unas pastillas.
Some pills.
What?
¿Qué?
Es para dormir,
Solo mira-
poder dormir, sleeping,
Something to help me sleep.
Who are you here with today?
¿Con quién está aquí usted el día de hoy?
con mi mamá y un familiar.
With my mother and a
Get your mother.
family.
Armida de La Paz Hernández y José Amaya.
Didn't understand anything what he said. He just said something about José Amaya.
Your mother's here.
¿Tu madre está aquí?
Sí,
Go get her,
Yes.
please.
Ve por ella. His eyes look a little droopy. I got to leave shortly. Okay.
Hey,
Está bien, señor, no la tiene que jugar así. Señora, usted hágase aquí, usted es más importante. Cambie con él. Me llamo Luis, soy el intérprete, ¿ok? Mira, el juez.
thank you so much for
Muchas
coming.
gracias por estar aquí, señora.
He's facing a lot of
Él
time,
está enfrentando bastante tiempo.
and I want him to understand, and I want you guys to understand that if he goes to jail, he will get an immigration detainer.
Sí, una orden de detención de inmigración.
He's living with you now,
¿Está
correct?
viviendo con usted ahora, correcto? Yes.
Okay, I want you guys to understand that as part of his bond condition, he must take any medication that is prescribed by a doctor.
Medicina que se le receta por un doctor.
I also don't want him out in the middle of the night,
Afuera a medianoche.
not to go near where the complaining witness lives or works,
vive o
because I
trabaja.
don't want any more issues. Is there anything else that you would like me to add, or do you need anything,
Digo que
any kind of help?
la ayuda.
Pues ahorita le está tomando un medicamento recetado por el doctor.
Well, right now he's taking medication prescribed by a doctor. So
Please make sure that he continues to take it. If he does not take it, I need you to let me know so we can take care of him.
nosotros lidiar con eso.
Seems that when he's not taking the medication, bad things happen, and that's what we don't want to happen. I've given you a lawyer, and your lawyer can always get in contact with me for any issues that you may have. But understand,
Entienda.
he will not get any more PR bonds. If he violates conditions or he picks up a new case, I will end up putting him in jail, and then he's going to stay there for a very, very long time because immigration will get him. Okay? Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene una pregunta, señoría?
No, solamente eso.
No, just that.
Okay, so I'll have you guys talk with the lawyer today. We'll postpone it for you guys to get the evidence and just
Para que las evidencias
Please
tengan, por favor,
maintain
bueno,
maintain him. Okay?
la vigilancia sobre él.
Good luck, guys. Please.
Un asiento.
Gracias.
Right this way.